Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Canelo's promoter reveals that he did a hair follicle test and it proves that it's consistent with his story. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family we working. Now, plot twist, very interesting news. I got this information from ESPN. The title reads, promoter, hair test shows Canelo Alvarez wasn't intentionally taking banned substances. It reads, Canelo Alvarez submitted to a hair follicle testing at the request of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and the test came back negative for the banned performance-enhancing drug Clenbuterol, lending some credence to Alvarez's insistence that his 2 positive drug tests for the substance in February, which caused his rematch with unified middleweight Gennady Golovkin to be canceled, were caused by eating contaminated beef. Nevada Commission collected hair samples from Alvarez on March 29th, and they were tested at the Sports Medicine Research and Testing Laboratory, a WADA accredited lab in Salt Lake City, Utah. Bob Bennett, the commission executive director, told ESPN. The result documents, which was provided to ESPN, so they have a copy of this, was returned on April 20th with a single note in the section reserved for analysis details, and it says, I quote, hair sample test for Clenbuterol was not detected. According to dopology.org, which extensively covers doping in professional cycling, Clenbuterol, like many other substances, accumulates in very small amounts in hair follicles. If an athlete has taken the substance over a period of time in the past, his or her hair test might return a positive for a period of 6 months or longer. Conversely, if the Clenbuterol resulted from a single incident in which the subject had eaten meat, for example, a hair test would almost certainly be negative. From the beginning, Canelo Alvarez has insisted he accidentally ingested Clenbuterol from eating tainted meat. Eric Gomez, president of Golden Boy Promotions, says the fact that this Nevada State Athletic Commission required hair follicle test came back entirely negative for any trace of Clenbuterol should lay to rest any suspicion that he was intentionally taking a banned substance. Canelo's looking forward to getting back into training, returning to the ring in September. He thanks all of his fans for sticking by him and believes this test proves once and for all that he's a clean fighter. Now, for the full article, go to ESPN, link in the description. Very interesting news. Now, obviously, Golden Boy, this is their fighter. This is their number 1 fighter, their cash cow fighter. So, of course, they're going to use this and say this clarifies and vindicates Canelo. It's certainly interesting. I don't know enough about Clenbuterol as a substance to know if you recently started testing, would it be detected in your hair? You know what I mean? So there's going to be a lot of people in the comment section who come in and act like they know and like they're experts on Clenbuterol. So I'd have to get some more information on how often you have to be taking Clenbuterol and things like that for it to be traceable in your hair. But definitely it helps Canelo. You know what I mean? Because it like the ESPN article says, it lends credence to what he said went on. As opposed to if they tested the hair follicle and it had that too, then that would look bad. That would look, you know what I mean, 2 failed drug tests and a failed hair follicle test. So it definitely helps Canelo. Again, I just personally don't know enough about Clenbuterol as a substance, but I do watch, like, let's say Forensic Files, and this is consistent. There's a lot of, like, I was watching an episode where this lady was feeding her spouse arsenic, and they were able to determine, because he just kept getting violently ill, you know what I mean? And it was like irregular, like he was like having to leave work and throwing up violently and getting admitted to the hospital. And this went on for the course of a couple months. And then eventually he just went to the hospital, and that was the last time, and he actually died in the hospital. You know what I mean? And they were able to, through forensic science, they were able to, I think they exhumed his body and they looked at the hair, and they were able to cut the hair. They say arsenic, for example, like your hair grows about 1 inch a month, right? And they say arsenic will have trace elements from the moment you start consuming it, because it goes through your bloodstream or whatever. So your hair and things that grow from you, it'll be traceable. So by cutting the hair into separate sections and pieces and doing whatever their math and their formula, they're able to determine when he started getting the injections of arsenic and when he was ingesting arsenic. And coincidentally, in this particular case, on the Forensic Files episode, the wife they had like separated and they weren't living together. And when they weren't living together, he didn't have arsenic in his hair sample. And then when they moved back in together, all of a sudden the arsenic came. It was there when she lived there, and then they separated and she wasn't there for, let's say, a couple months, and then they were able to determine that the arsenic levels started rising again. So it was evident that she was the one that was putting it in his food when she would cook, or his drinks or whatever. So very interesting news. Either way, Canelo, he'll be mid-August, he'll be allowed back into the sport to fight, no fine. And then now he has his past hair follicle test. Let me know if you still think he's guilty, if you think this exonerates him from any wrongdoing. But bottom line, it looks like we'll probably get Canelo versus Triple G in September, unless Vanes Martirosyan makes him look bad or somehow defies the odds and beats him. Let me know what you guys think of Canelo passing this newfound hair follicle test administered. ESPN says they have a copy of it. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.